In the US, there are almost 16 million students in degree granting colleges and universities in the spring of 2022. With this number, have you ever wondered why so many people go to college? Some students go to college to make their parents happy, but most of them go there to get a degree that will help them get a secure, high paying job. Unfortunately, not everyone has access to the same quality of education, and some people never even earn as close to six figures a year. Does that mean they will never get rich? Not quite. In this video, I'm about to share tricks on how to get rich with even just a low salary. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and that little notification bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our video updates. Plus, it helps us spread the Thrive Wise love to help more people thrive wisely. Now, let's begin. When it comes to building wealth, it takes two to tango. It takes both income and savings. The more money you make, the faster you will grow your wealth. The savings side of the equation is only affected by one thing: how much you spend. Since not everyone has a high-paying job, those who make less money need to be extra careful with their spendings to maximize the savings side of the wealth equation. So, let's get started. Trick number 1. Recognize that living an economical life can still be fun. If you have a low salary, you need to save money in order to grow your wealth. However, being frugal doesn't mean that your life has to be boring. Unfortunately, many people think that people who save money are boring. But this doesn't have to be the case. I think you can live a good life and save money at the same time. For example, you can watch Netflix instead of going to the movies or even cook at home rather than going out. You see, it's just a matter of how you shift your perspective in hitting your goals using cheaper alternatives. Trick number 2. Start building your wealth now. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step." Sometimes this is not applicable for all of us. Humans have a bad habit of putting things off. We want to see the bigger picture first before actually doing something. Financially speaking, we tend to put off savings for retirement, getting our dream job, or making other changes that will bring us financial happiness because we think we have plenty of time to do so. However, as a low-income earner, time is one of your most valuable assets for building wealth, and you should use it to its fullest. Don't put things off or spend money carelessly. And if you want to start building your wealth, there's no other time than now. Trick number 3. Establish SMART goals. Having financial goals is important to your overall success, whether you make millions of dollars a year or just a small amount. First, goals help you map out a clear path to success, so you don't waste time trying to figure out how to get rich. It will also keep you away from unnecessary things that could waste both your time and money. Second, they keep you going, especially when you look at them every day. But what makes rich people different from the average person is that they know how to use goals in a way that makes them much more likely to succeed. One way to increase your chances of reaching your goals is to use the SMART goal framework. Each letter of the word SMART represents a specific word. This method requires your goal to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. For example, if you make a low salary, your financial goal could be to save and invest $6,000 in 6 months by setting up a monthly investment contributions with your money manager. Assess your goals and arrange them by using the SMART way, and you'll eventually see yourself grow financially. Trick number 4. Stick to your budget. There's no exception to this. Everyone needs a budget. It doesn't matter if you already have $1 million in the bank or if you work for a fair wage. Unfortunately, not everyone understands how important budgets are when trying to reach financial goals. A recent study showed that more than 60% of US households don't have a budget. If you ask me, this is one of the main reasons why more than 75% of all Americans live paycheck to paycheck. And if you have a low income, you'll need to be even more careful with your budgeting than people with high incomes, since you can't afford to waste as much money. Now, making and sticking to a budget is seen as a chore by many people, but using this powerful financial tool can help you in many ways. Here are 3. First, budgets lets you keep track of how far you've come towards the goal you just set. Next, having a budget will also give you a sense of financial control, which will make you feel less stressed about managing your money as a whole. And finally, having to put your salary and expenses into your budget keeps you aware of your financial situation, which will help you make decisions that are better for your money. Before giving out trick number 5, what realizations do you have so far? Have you assessed your financial lifestyle at this time and compared it with these tricks? We'd love to hear what you think about all of this as we all try to help each other out. And going back, trick number 5, get rid of debt, especially those with high interest. The biggest problem you'll face when trying to get rich on a low salary is paying debt interest every month. I often tell people to invest money they don't spend on living expenses so that their money can work for them. But most of the time, it makes more sense to pay down debt. As of May 2022, the average interest rate on a credit card was 16.65% per year. It is very unlikely to make this kind of return on the market, so it is better to pay down a high interest debt than to use the money on the stock market to grow your wealth. So with that being said, how painful can interest payments really be? From 2018 to 2020, the CFPB estimated that Americans pay about $120 billion a year in interest and fees on their credit cards. Now, some of this interest is reasonable, like the interest on your mortgage or student loans. But many other types of interest are easy to avoid and can free up cash that you can use to invest and grow your wealth. So, what are the practical ways to cut down on debt? The first step to getting rid of debt is to figure out why you have it. This is especially crucial when it comes to credit card debt. I believe it will be hard to make a positive change if you don't know where your debt problem comes from. So ask yourself, am I spending it to deal with my feelings or to show off to my friends? By figuring out why you got into debt or why you keep getting into debt, you can take steps to fix the problem and get rid of the bad habits you may have picked up over time. The next step is to figure out how you'll get rid of it. There are many ways to attack debt, but I think you'll be most successful if you follow these 5 things below. First, stop taking on more debt. You might want to cancel or freeze your credit cards. Think more about each purchase and stay away from spending temptations like these. Next, be honest of what you earn and how much you spend. If you had debt, you are either not making enough money or spending too much. If you want to learn how to get rich, you might need to start making more money and spending less. Third, cut down on your spendings and costs. This depends on how quickly you want to pay off your debt. One tip is that you might want to get rid of different things. You could opt to exercise instead of watching Netflix, make your own coffee instead of going to expensive coffee shops, or even cook your own meals instead of patronizing fast food chains. Fourth, get more money. By making more money, you'll have more money to put towards paying off your debt, which will help you get out of debt faster. And lastly, get paid more than a minimum. If you have that, you should always pay more than the minimum so that you pay less interest. In the end, paying off your debt will make you feel less stressed and give you money to spend on something better, like investing. When making changes to your current financial situation, keep your motivation up by thinking about how much more money you will have to put towards your goals when you stop paying high interest fees. Trick number 6. Invest now. All the tricks I've mentioned so far have laid the groundwork for getting rich on a low salary. But it's the power of investing that will let you save up enough money to make you a millionaire in the end. You can see that if you only make a moderate amount of money, saving your paychecks until you get a 7-figure balance in the bank is not going to work. For example, if you made $40,000 a year and saved $5,000, it would take you at least 200 years to save $1 million. And that's before inflation ate away at the value of your money. So, as you can see, investing is the only way to build wealth on a low income. Investing is a great way to make money because it uses something called compound interest. Compound interest is when your interest earns more interest, which can make the money you save grow into a lot more money over time. This is important to know because $100 today won't be worth $100 in the future if you put it in your piggy bank or in a checking account. Investing, on the other hand, can help you make more money out of your $100. When you invest, Your money goes to work for you, and if all goes well, brings in more money for you. For example, let's say you're 22 and make $40,000 a year. If you invest just over 20% of your bi-weekly paychecks and get a 6% return, you'll be able to save $2 million by the time you're 67. Now that you know how powerful investing can be, here are some simple steps you can take to get started. First, put money aside that is just for investing. To invest your money, you need to start putting money aside for that purpose only. You are the only one who can tell how much money you should save to invest. In general though, the more the better. Second, do thorough research. Before you start putting your money in the stock market or other investments, it's a good idea to know where your money is going. Reading about different investment tips and doing research on each investment will help you become more knowledgeable about your investments, which will help you make better choices in the future. Third, find an online brokerage or someone to help you manage your investments. There are two main ways to invest your money. You can do it yourself through a brokerage, or you can find someone to manage your investment portfolio for you. To start putting your money to work, you will have to choose one of these options. Next, decide how you'll put your money to work. Now that you have an investment account, you will need to choose where to put your money. How you invest depends on how willing you are to take risks, how long you want to invest for, and more. In general, you will take less risks the sooner you need the money. The longer your time period, the more risk you may be willing to take. The fourth step is to keep track of what you've invested. This is important because you may need to change what you've invested in, put more money into your investments, etc. Lastly, be consistent. Using the power of investing to get rich takes years of consistent work, but the results are well worth it. Trick number 7. Don't depend on your salary alone. I've now shown you how to get rich even if you don't make a lot of money. But reality is, it will take a lot of time. For those who don't have a lot of patience, there are ways to speed up the process of getting rich. One way to do this is to supplement your income. You could do this by getting a part-time job, freelancing, or starting your own business. As long as you use the money you make from these things to pay down debt or add to your investments, increasing your income will shorten the amount of time it takes to become truly wealthy. And there you have it, the 7 easy tricks to get rich even with a low salary. If you enjoyed this video, then you will probably learn a lot more from watching this other video. Save money fast with these 7 easy psychological tricks. If you click on the screen right now, you can go and watch that. Do you want to learn more on how to thrive wisely? What videos would you want to watch next? Feel free to comment down below. And please don't forget to click the subscribe button to see more videos on how to thrive wisely. Till next time.